This is the Black Shift Group podcast. Our mission is to create space to elevate, enrich, and expose individuals of color to ideals and concepts that they may not have been privy to. This is your girl, Young Ree.
And I'm your granddad, and that's All Relations. This podcast is just real conversations with real people.
We're going to be discussing lifestyle topics such as overall health and fitness, finances, culture, decode some media, and so much more.
After all, no one really knows what they're doing, so let's just swing it together.
All right, so let's get into it, y'all.
Hey, oh, no. Yo, welcome back to the Black Shift Group. It's gray outside. We drained.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the point. We just want to keep it real with you guys. Not every day is always we doing good.
Right.
So, yeah, man, we great, but it's all good, man. It's always, allow yourself some time to have days like this, because every day will not be peaches and cream.
Yes, y'all. Y'all hear Granddad. We told y'all in our, was it the first episode?
Yeah.
That sometimes you going to hit a day and you going to be like, it's a shitty day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the weather, it definitely do tie into all this because it's great out.
It does. Before today, the last couple of days was kind of, bright and sunny. I was like, I see it's warming up. But in the day, it just sucked the energy out of me, and I just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Saturday was definitely, this weekend was definitely like a warm day. Like, pull out the shorts, may even hit the beach a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's February, too, so it's like, but that's how Florida do.
Yeah, you're right. So we just wanted to, come to you guys. We know it's still Black History Month, but we don't feel like we have to badger you over the head constantly with history, learn, read, right?
Nah, we don't want to do that. We definitely gave y'all a lot of insight to what to look into if you interested in Black history, but we feel like we don't have to continue to force feed y'all. We feel like we gave y'all enough to do already.
True that. So today we just want to do an episode on appreciation. We really appreciate each other. We appreciate the Black community and our relationships. We appreciate our partners. We appreciate our parents, all of that. And the one thing that ties us all together is, the fact that we're all Black and we're all on this paradigm together, rocking it out.
Oh, most definitely. Appreciation, for me, when I think about appreciation, I always think about women, and to be more specific, the Black woman. Mm-hmm. So whenever we break off into the conversation, I'm going to tell you why.
Right.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, and y'all know me. I love me some Black men. Yeah, so we gonna, just get into that. And, just to further elaborate as to why we chose this topic is because, we both are feeling a little empty. Our cups are feeling a little empty. And instead of us trying to pour out of an empty cup, we decided to turn it into an appreciation episode so that we can fill ourselves back up. Yes, it may be an off day, but it is just one day. And if you can always just take a moment and pause when you're feeling down and look at all the things that you appreciate, all the things that you're grateful for, you're gonna come out feeling better on the other side.
That's most definitely. That's real. And it just so happened that this aligned pretty well because on my Snapchat I said something about holding women to a higher regard. Mm-hmm. And it'll tie into what we about to get into. Yeah, I'll break it down, especially for the people who follow me on Snapchat that do follow us on here. You'll get to see exactly what I meant by what I said.
Right. So I guess I can go ahead and kick it off and just say why I appreciate the Black man first and foremost. I appreciate you all for being our backbone. I appreciate y'all for, being able to understand us when we may not even fully understand what we're going through. I appreciate the stability that you guys provide for us. I appreciate the fact that y'all fully and really understand us. And that, even if it's the type of situation where, we may be in an intimate relationship, it may not work out. I know regardless, y'all got my back, and I fully appreciate that, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm humbled by the fact that you guys come from us. We have to be who we are so that you guys can flow through us as a vessel. And I'm grateful for us being allowed to be able to be that for you all. And then once you guys actually come through, for y'all to be everything that y'all are for us.
Man, that's hardcore. That's hardcore. We as men should have our women back more than what we do. I'm finna break it down. Especially with this, like we should appreciate. And this is me coming from an honest male perspective. Mm-hmm. I feel like we should cherish our black women, women in general, but definitely black women. Mm-hmm. We should appreciate them and cherish them more than what we do. And it all ties into why they probably go date other races like white men or all that type of stuff, because they probably feel underappreciated, undervalued by the black man.
Right.
And to know that there are black women like Ree who hold black men in such high regard, like we have to do the same as well as a black man. We should hold them to a higher level of their presence. Just we don't really hold them to high standards how we should. Right. And this is not just saying like trying to belittle or anybody. Like, but we should hold our women to the higher being that they are.
Mm-hmm. That's appreciated. That's really appreciated coming from somebody, just being honest. I put you guys on a pedestal because it's nothing like you. It's nothing else out here that I want. It's nothing can compare. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So that is greatly appreciated. And I mean, sometimes I've gotten into a relationship with black men and I feel like I had to go to war. Mm. You know what I'm saying? But it's like after the fact, once I parted ways from that person, that didn't turn me away from black men. I kept rocking because at the end of the day, I know where my loyalties lie and I know who's going to ultimately have my back and fully understand me and where I'm coming from.
So let me ask you a question as a woman. Why do you think that when that does happen, women do decide to, and it seemed like this happened more to me, and I can't speak on any other race, but when black women and black men get into a bad relationship, they decide that they want to maybe date another woman or maybe go to a different race. Why do you think that is so prevalent? Like it's like you just said. You said it doesn't deter you when you go through something
absolutely not, because I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'm a rider, so that that ain't gonna turn me off. But as far as your question, sometimes we get really tired, real tired. And I mean that word can mean a lot, but when we say that we're tired, that means we're exhausted. We have no more that we can give. We have no more that we can offer. We're tired of explaining. We're tired of breaking down. We're tired of, caressing your ego. We're just tired. You know what I'm saying? So I get it and I understand why you would want to go over somewhere else where you may be considered quote unquote exotic. It may just be, that they're extremely tired and maybe, some people have been to war a couple of times where they feel like, I can't replenish myself to keep coming back at this. But then there are those of us that, understand the dynamic. We understand that some of our upbringings are causing us to still be in survival mode. So it's all a process. It's all a process.
Yeah, I can understand. Maybe it's from a point of sympathizing. It's just like, well, maybe you are going so hard and you figure like, well, if I keep going through this with the same, a black man. Oh, I want to know maybe if it's different over here with someone else.
Right. No. Because I'm sorry. It's a certain flavor, man. Y'all got that swag. Like, y'all walk. Like, the way that y'all just stand. Like, oh, my God. My favorite rapper, Kambada, he got a line in his song. And he say, you ain't never seen a man get a queen wet with a glance. It's like y'all just got that. Oh my God. So fangirl. You know what I'm saying?
I hope that there's more women who look at it like that, because I always see this on like social media. Like, they be like, well, I'm going to get me a white guy. Like, y'all keep messing up. Like, is that what you really want to do? Like, I understand, like, by all means, like, live the best life you can. But at the end of the day, they could never relate to your
Break it down, Granddad.
It can never relate to you. They can never relate to you. Like you're gonna go through things that they're not gonna go through, and they're gonna be like, "Well, why are you going? What you got going on?" Like,
right?
You're supposed to know, right? Like, no, they're not supposed to know. Like, you can't get mad at them if they're not feeling what you're going through at the moment, because you go through things as a black person.
I guess it could be that person picking and choosing their battle. Maybe they feel like on the other side it's a little easier.
True.
Maybe they feel like on the other side, since I'm different, they're going to hold me a little bit higher. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure.
I do appreciate women because, even though I had male figures in my life,
right,
there was so many female figures in my life too.
mm-hmm.
And I only can imagine if they move like how some women move these days. So let me just break down with my Snapchat, but it's on Instagram. What I said was that we need to start holding women in higher regards.
Mm-hmm.
Like we gotta, because women are the creators, the teachers. You know, a young lady got into my DMs and she was like, "Why are you holding women higher than men? Like men are creators too. You know, all that type of stuff." So
right.
To clarify all that, it was not meant to be, if any, I don't think nobody actually took it the way that she probably did. All right, so when I say that we hold women to a higher regard, nowadays women like to move around like men. Like, oh yeah, I think like a man, I move around like a man. That is the most unattractive thing that you could say to me out your mouth. Like, period.
And me being a woman, that is hard as heck. Like, because I am emotional. I will admit I am a bag of water. Like, heck no. I want to be feminine. I want to be soft.
Yeah. It's the most unattractive thing you could say to me. Like, I think like a man, or I move around like a man. Like, that is disgusting because I know how men move around. Mm-hmm. And if you out here moving around like that, that's trash. Like, right. You want, like, people like to say, oh yeah, we'll hold women to the same, you know, standards that you hold a man. No, because men are stupid and this is coming from a man. Like, period, man. We got testosterone. We got this thing called pride that just overrules logic. Right. Women have the reason, they have the logic. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you think about your mother, you think about a leader, right? Or you think about your grandmother, you think about a leader, right? Mm-hmm. You may have a dad in your life, but your mother always overbounded your dad. So let's say if your dad said you can go somewhere, but your mom said you can't. You're not going because your mom said you're not going.
And 9 times out of 10, your dad was just like, hey.
Ask your mom, right?
Right. Yeah, correct. Because we're usually ones that have more interaction, you know, with the child.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So when I think about how women move these days, like how men, like some women relish in the ideal, you know, of how society treats women nowadays, like the rap songs and all that stuff. That's cool. Like chasing rappers, that's cool. Like being in the club, that's like not a good look for someone who wants to build with you. They're gonna be like, okay, is that all you really care about? Is
right, I feel that. It's like, are you building your feminine powers? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Are you tapping into your juju? Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all should check out Erica L. James. She got a challenge going on right now for women. She wants us to tap into our juju, but you'll have to go to her page to get further information on that. Yeah, I feel that. Because we want to be tough. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, the music, everything now lets us know that we're disposable, that, you know, we are replaceable. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you get into that a lot and you know, take that in and you eat that, you know what I'm saying, that meal that they're providing for you, eventually you're going to start believing it and you're going to start believing that you're replaceable. So then at that point, you gain a mindset that everybody else around me is replaceable as well. So then at what point are you going to be able to build with someone and build that love that you really want and, you know, be able to show that appreciation for them?
Yeah, because one day you're gonna get past that phase and have a kid, and then your kid is gonna grow up. When they ask you about how you were and what you did, you're like, okay, well, I was out here like this. And then whether you want to believe it or not, men are raised to be men. Like you stand on your own, regardless. Right. I could tell a homeboy of mine, like, hey, don't go over here because the guys over there are bad news, man. Like, don't go over there. I'm telling you this as a homie. Mm-hmm. Don't go hang with them guys. That man is going to do whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. With no logic involved. Yeah. You, now, versus a woman, you can go to a woman and say, hey, those guys over there are bad news. Like they might, God forbid, may rape you or something like that. Don't go hang with them. They're going to take that and be like, oh, I may need to think about this.
Let me fall back.
You know what I mean? So you have to be more understanding when it comes to women versus men. Like men, they say this is a man's world and all that type of stuff. But what I'm trying to basically say is that we should hold women in higher regards in that sense. Like they are a very important piece of everything. Like they are the teachers of life. Mother love, Mother Earth, you know, all those type of good stuff. It's a reason why. Mm-hmm. And I know a while back I said, if there is a God, like looking at nature and all that stuff, like it could definitely be a woman. Yeah. Women have a higher power than them just being disposable. If you feel what I'm saying. So
I feel that. And I think it's the shift in the generations. Because look, I know we said we weren't going to look into history, but if you just look back, you know what I'm saying? The women are the riders. You know what I'm saying? We are the ones that stood behind the men that had the dreams so that they can actually reach their dreams.
Yeah, like you should. I feel like people should feel like how you feel about the opposite sex, especially if they're on race. So, and to my black women, that I'm sorry, you know what I mean? That's what I'm into.
Right.
When I get married and have kids, I want black kids because I want to teach them how to be proud of who they are and what they came from.
Very true. Very true. Because, I mean, for me, it doesn't even matter as far as your title, where you fall within society. None of that dictates how I feel about the black man. I don't care about your education level. I don't care about the amount of money that you're making, what's your hustle. Like, none of that bothers me because you're already greatness. You know what I'm saying? You're greatness without all the material aspects and all the things that society tells you that you need to have in order for you to be great. You know? And then, I mean, not to toot my own horn as a black woman, because once you get with us anyway, we're going to get you where you need to be. You know? And it's like, I hate to say it, but y'all remember the lyric where they be like, when he get on, he gonna leave ass for a white girl. Get down, girl. Go ahead, get down. But it's like you wouldn't even got there if you didn't have us behind you, you know? But, I mean, it's those that do that, and then you have the ones that are riders like LeBron James that got his wife.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. That their names are slipping me. Omar Epps, him and his wife. Denzel Washington, him and his wife. So, you know, it's definitely some riders, but seeing the ones that don't necessarily stick it out with us, that's still not going to deter me from getting what I feel is my soul right. And my soul right is to be with a black man.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Do you feel like black women these days should be more of a backbone than what they are? Because I feel like nowadays,
yeah, again, we need a woman up. Yeah. We need a woman up. Heck yeah. We've gotten you done got too hurt. You hurt bae. And you need to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You done came across some that have been hurt by their mama. So they now hurting you. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I feel that. Hurt people. But woman up. You need to eat that. And you need to keep it pushing. Don't sit up here and accept any and everything from the black man, because then you turn around and continuously receive that. You have to understand that what you're putting out is what you are going to receive. So if you constantly receiving a half man, you're a half woman.
I have a tattoo of Tupac, right, on my forearm. And people always ask me, like, why do you have Tupac on your forearm? Because somebody tagged me in an interview that he had that I never heard before.
Right.
And he was talking about black women. And I was like, yo, you told me this before. Like, you said exactly what he just said in this interview, like, to me a couple months ago, because someone else sent this to me. And what he was saying was, and I said this too before I even heard this interview. And that's why I was like, dang, you see, that's why I mess with Tupac, you know what I'm saying? But what he was saying was that women sometimes get too wrapped up in the magic of the word, like words. So you're too involved with what a man is saying to you versus his actions. And that is for the good and for the bad.
You're right.
You may be too wrapped up in an argument that you had. Now you don't want to mess with a black man no more. You're like, oh, yeah, it's over.
Right.
And also, you may let a black man seduce your mindset based off words. Oh, you beautiful, you this, and that, let me do for you, versus the actions behind it. I feel like with that, it's very unfortunate. And I feel like men know that. Men do know this. Like, the things you say to a woman because they're more emotional affects what they do. And I feel like men know that. Men know that. Men know that. That's why if you ever think about a guy that slides into your DM, what are they saying to you? Let me do something for you. Let me take you out. Let me show you this. Let me show you that. I try to tell women that, like, you shouldn't think about the overall concept of why they may be in your inbox. Are they really trying to get to know you, or are they just using these words to try to get you to a certain point?
Right.
And it hurts me because we as men, we do this only for one reason, to get something out of you. Yeah. And that's what hurts me a lot, because it's like, dang, like, we really don't care about our women at all. It's just like, it's like a game. Can I get this out of her? You know what I mean?
I feel that. I've been in situationship like that, where it was, I'm gonna make sure, and you know, I'm an open book. I'm transparent. honest, so coming in, I'm letting them know I'm a true blue Pisces. I'm letting them know that, I'm very emotional. I dive deep and I'm a sucker for love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of times the words would get me, but something that I actually heard Brother Rich say on his channel, he was like, words are the least truth teller.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I feel that.
So, because people can sell you a dream. They can sell you hope through their words. But it's going to be based on their actions. And it's going to be based on us women using our intuition to actually know. Because we know, even if we think that we don't know. You knew.
Yeah.
Even though you act like you didn't know.
Yeah. Like, again, women are so into the ideal of love. That's
very much so.
Yeah, that's my overall perception of how women are. It's just in their DNA to be loved and give love. Mm-hmm. So when someone come around and they just not... If a man knows this, he's going to say everything to get you to the point of that. And then once you're there, you become kind of in a...
emotional roller coaster. Listen, we be there. Like, y'all will start off one way and then y'all will yank us the other way and then y'all take us back the other way. And we cannot get off. Like, it takes a lot for us to get off. Dang, that's crazy. Oh, and then I did want to say something when you was like, you had Tupac tattooing your arm. Doing research on, like, tattooed spirituality of them. Any sign, symbol, anything that you get on you, tattooed on your body, you're kind of like intertwining that into now your DNA. No. So you want to be very mindful of the tattoos that you get because that energy will then start manifesting in your life. So, yeah, I ain't going to go into that no more. But y'all know, I just got to drop a little something.
Hey, that's real. That's real. The reason why I got Tupac tattooed is because of the intellectual side of Tupac. The more softer for the black people Tupac. Because if you follow Tupac enough, you know, beside all the BS that happened in his right before he died, like, he was talking about bringing communities together. He was talking about starting youth organizations for the kids, and throwing free concert for kids. Like, he was all about the people, black people.
Yeah, Tupac had that. He was a Gemini, so anybody that studies zodiac, Geminis are literally two separate people. Yeah. So you can't say that the hit 'em up Tupac. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's him.
That's him. But he also has the the intellectual side, the pro black side. So I study deep, everything.
Yeah. It's deep. And if you may feel like I'm messing up your game, then I'm sorry. You gotta try a different game, my brothers. You gotta try something different, man. But yeah, man, I be trying to tell women the rules of the game, like when it comes to men, because men don't care. Most men are just out here, especially in this new generation. That's why so far so few people get married and so many baby moms. Like, you don't hear about a lot of marriages. You just hear about, oh, they're pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she has a baby now.
Yeah, we be mad single until we come up pregnant.
Yeah, like, don't get wrapped up in the, oh, he's attractive and he's telling me I'm this and that, he's gonna do this. Like, you really need to be focused. It's all about the things you demand up front. Mm-hmm. All right. So if you demand respect up front, you're gonna get nothing but respect. Now, if this person comes into your life and he's just throwing his game at you and you just eating it up, he's already in control. You gotta be more firm in the beginning to set the tone. Like, women need to start setting the tone from the beginning.
You're right. You're definitely right. Guy that created the Otherwise Guys, Cooley Shakur, having a conversation with him, I was just like, yeah, because I always seem to be the girl that was chosen last. And he said, no, it wasn't that you were chosen last. It's just that you chose to choose the man that was going to choose you last. Because you constantly had the ones coming at you that wanted to choose you first. They wanted to put you first. We got to change the game. It's going to be up to us, because we created the game. We come up with the rules, but somehow we let the black man take that from us.
Exactly. And it's like, you understand, women dictate everything, but whether you want to know that you have more power than what you think. Mm-hmm. Like, a male, you may, oh yeah, he's a guy. No, you have the say so. If you come in from the beginning and say, yo, this ain't what it's going to be, and you have the key to it, it's not going to be like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, when a man approach you, one of my OGs, Phil, shout out to Phil, he told me a long time ago, he was like, and my great granddad told me the same thing too. He said within the first 5 minutes of meeting a woman, you know exactly what you want to do with him. You know if you're just going to have him as a booty call, you're going to be in a relationship with him, or you want to marry him. He said within the first 5 minutes of meeting his wife, he knew that he wanted to marry her, and they wound up getting married.
Wow.
So that's what you got to understand with men. Your presentation is everything. Your presentation is everything. And you got to understand, being a beautiful or or a thick woman, you understand that the majority of men who come around you probably just want to have sexual intercourse with. It's sad. These are the things that I witnessed and I've talked about with other men. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some men out there that probably just see you and be like, you know what? Yeah. But do you honestly think when a man approaches you, he's like, that girl probably got a good conversation.
You know what? You ain't a fool.
That girl got a great conversation, man. Those pants, they nice, but the conversation.
You know what?
What I'm saying is you gotta be more wiser than the male, because men are kind of, you know, it's like a lion chasing the gazelle. Like, or, you know, you gotta be more strong mentally. Like, whatever you dictate the relationship to be or the situation to be is how it's gonna go. If you come in a situation and he's dictating everything, it's a wrap. Like, it's over. Like, he got you wherever he want to get. If you want to pull a relationship, and that's the thing, men dictate everything. If a man says that he doesn't want to be married, you're not going to get married. You can sit and say, I want to get married. And if he says, I don't feel like it, you're not going to marry that man.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. You're right.
He dictates that. Like, you have to be a little bit more smarter. And again, this is not a nod towards the black man, because this is wrong. Like, I'm telling you, we should hold women, especially black women, in higher regards. This is what I mean by this. I mean that we as black men need to stop bullcrap, because we play these little games and it destroys people. It destroys the mental. It destroys all that. We need to cherish them more.
Granddad, you giving away their game.
Man, that's bullcrap. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 20. I'm about to be 27 this year. Like, if you my age and you still playing these type of games, it's like, what are you doing, man? Like, you really got some issues. Like, get your mind together. Treat women how they're supposed to be treated. That's just what it is. Like, if you think that it's cool to do all the other stuff that you on the radio, then man, it's immature. It's just what it is, man. Maybe if I was like 20, I'd probably be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, because we all did it back in the day. Even women, we had our little, you know, oh, he gonna take me out to eat. I know he'll give me gas. You know, he gonna get me with drinks when I get to the club.
And that's funny. That's funny because I still think women are like that these days that are my age. Like, oh yeah, he's just a free meal.
But like,
like, nah, you're not gonna give me with that.
No, I ain't even sit up here and cap, because it is a lot like that. You know what I'm saying? And they make it bad for the ones that's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I always told men this. I said, yo, if y'all go on a date and she offer to pay, like you know you gonna pay. But if she say, nah, I'm gonna pay, then she like you. Cause she ain't...
Oh, yeah, cause we...
Cause I mean, she don't want nothing from you.
We ain't breaking no bread with nobody that we don't like. And then, you right, we're gonna prove to you that we don't want nothing from you other than you. So that means we're gonna go the route of, you know, paying for the meals. We'll come see you, all those things like that, because that's going to be the effort that we put forth.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, like, that's my thing. Like, I always say, and then this is the code that I live by. If I invite you out to dinner, I'm going to pay because I invited you.
Right.
But if you invite me, if you say, oh yeah, let's go get something to eat, I expect you to pay for yourself.
Okay, I can feel that.
I expect you to pay for yourself, man, because like, I may be broke that day, but that shows me, right? If I go and you invite me and we go, I don't expect you to pay for me. Like, I'm gonna, like, this is what it is. Like, either I'm gonna pay for myself or I'm gonna pay for both of us.
Right.
Like, that's how I feel. Like, if I invite you out, of course I'm gonna pay for it because I invited you. Mm-hmm. But to sit here and say you hungry and you want to get something and I have to pay for you, that's a lick. You are a lick. For real. Don't be the number saved in the female's phone as food. Don't be that. Listen. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I ain't even gonna front. That is some of us. That is definitely some of us. But, you know, I ain't on that team, unfortunately. I was a little bit too beat up by all the people that I did, you know, catered to and got meals and stuff for it. So, I ain't asking nobody to go, none of that. If they gonna do it, they gonna do it. If they don't, they don't. Yeah. It is what it is. But I'm not reaching anymore. That's the tone that I'm setting because it's obvious where my loyalties lie. You feel me? So it's like I ain't got to fish no more.
That's real. And that comes from people who just not ready yet, man. Like, you're not mature enough to understand the situation. And that's some stuff that young people do, but there is some older people who probably do this.
Indeed.
So that's why I always watch whenever, like, if a woman tries to talk to me, I always watch the conversation. Like, hey, yo, let's go get something to eat. Or if it's always us happen to go somewhere where money is involved, and I'm pretty sure you have no intentions of paying, it's like, why am I talking to you?
Correct.
You know, we can go to a park and get the same amount of and free. That's free. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't gotta go to no like let's go take me out to eat or something like that. Like, no, we can go get an ice cream and go hit this bench right here and talk.
You got anything else you want to add?
Ah, man. What I have to say is, again, is just to touch base to say that, again, we should hold women in higher regard because the role that they play, like, is too important. I don't want to be in a world without women. Like, that's just what it is. I'm going to go out like Cobain. like, if that was the case. But also to my women, please be smart about the men that you choose let pursue you. I understand it's cool, it's popping when everybody wants you. When your DM's full of dudes and it's easy pickings because you're attractive. You got to understand the game. You really got to understand the game, and the game ain't really fair. And it's unfortunate, but these guys are ruthless. Like, you will never know who's really there for you unless you really try. All that lackadaisical just moving along, like, oh yeah, he's doing this, he's doing that. Like, men will do whatever it takes to get what they want from you, and then once they get it, peace. You know what I mean? Like, they invest money. Money is nothing. I really think that women should take the time out to really focus on what they want out of a relationship or what they want out of the situation beforehand and read the situation accordingly.
Dang, this episode turned into something totally different, but it's appreciated because you divinely spoke to my soul. Like, you really put me on game with my emotional love behind.
It's unfortunate you got to go through so many people in order to find the right person. And that's just because we probably didn't read the situation right.
That's correct. Now I'm in thought mode. Now I'm in analyze mode. Now I'm in, self-reflection mode.
That's the greatest appreciation I could give you.
So we're going to go ahead and cut it here. It's true. You know how I started off and I let y'all know that when you speak, sometimes it is not for you. Sometimes it's for other people to hear. And Granddad speaking, I heard it loud and clear.
I appreciate y'all. Wink, wink. And I'm pointing the finger.
He's pointing the finger.
I appreciate you. Wink. Hey.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and cut it there. But right before we do, y'all know I got to shout out the social medias. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Y'all know y'all can check us out on Podbean, SoundCloud, Google Play, and YouTube. Y'all should keep an eye on our IG as well as our Facebooks because we're definitely going to start hitting events around town. Yeah, we got a couple things cooking for you guys, some collabs and all that. So, just keep a lookout for us. If this is interesting to you, share it to anyone else that you think it may be interesting with, repost, all that.
Yeah. Do it.
Well, thank y'all. This is the Black Shift Group.
You.